Hopefully this goes live. We are live. Okay, so there is a lot of these 2019, 2020 boards that do not post after liquid damage. There's multiple boards here that are doing this. I want to try and solve why this is. So, these new boards, okay, so you need to understand something. With the T2 chip, a simple workable interface became an absolute mess. So they've added so many issues with T2, and this most likely has something to do with the power-up sequence. There is likely a missing rail somewhere that the T2 sees that doesn't like, and it will not allow the board to power up fully. This is something that is just so common, and you guys need to understand something. The T2 chip is basically an Apple, I believe it's an Apple A11 CPU that's running a modified version of Apple Watch OS. It's a disaster. The T2 is an utter disaster. So, when we get these no post boards, typical findings, you'll have CPU system agent voltage, but you won't have CPU vCore voltage. So this PCH is getting power, but the CPU is not getting power. The CPU has communication. The CPU has serial communication with the CPU controller, which is going to be an Intersil. What is it on this board? It's some new one. Intersil 95828B3. The CPU needs to talk to this chip and say, hey, I'm okay, send me voltage. When this does not happen, you won't get voltage there. However, we know that there's some communication going on because the chip is supplying system agent voltage. It is controlling the FETs for system agent, so we know there's some communication going on. There's some communication that's not going on. Why this is happening is most likely the T2 chip is talking to the CPU saying, hey, you're not okay, don't request voltage here, because of some random issue down the line. I've had shorted capacitors cause this. I've had a bunch of other stuff cause this, and we're going to try and figure this out. This is a liquid damage board that I've already been working on, but it does not post. Original corrosion was around the speaker amp circuit, around the CD3217s, around SSD current sensing circuit, and a little bit around the CPU, but nothing too concerning. So let's see if we can try and solve this. So we are going to put this in the enclosure, and we're going to dig into the schematic and try and figure out what's going on between the CPU and the controller. But here's another catch for this board. This is a brand new 2020 board that just came out. We don't have a schematic for it. We have a similar schematic, which is going to be the 8200850, which is a lot different, but it's close. So we're going to see what we can do with this. And did you change location or state? Nope, I did not change location or state. I'm just in a different part of the office right now. So before, let's see. Before, my office was through that door, through the other door, through the other door in the front. Now my office is back here in the very back where it's peaceful and quiet and I'm not getting bothered. It's pretty nice. Why the mask, Tim? Because there's other people here. And an employee that just got back from coronavirus vacation. Tim, how old are you? I am 19 years old. That's something I tried to hide so hard when I was starting out, when I was 15 and 16. I did not want people to find out how old I was. Now I don't care, because I have so much work that if you don't want to send me something because you think I'm young and don't know what I'm doing, then by all means go to your buddy down the street that doesn't even know how to use a multimeter. Yes, I'm really 19, Justin. I started doing this when I was 15. I had first store when I was 17. I got this store when I was 17. And I was doing it out of the house when I was 15 and 16. Another thing, this confuses a lot of people on these boards. You will get something that acts like no post if there is no battery connected or if the battery data cable is not connected. So if your battery data cable is not connected, then you will not get post. You actually won't get vCore. The T2 will not let the CPU get vCore if your battery data cable is damaged or missing. So make sure you have your battery data cable plugged in. And I also have a project that I'm going to be starting that Caleb answer. Okay. I went to answer it and they hung up. So on these machines, it's super important before you assume you have a no post issue that everything is plugged in. And of course, since I'm streaming, I'm probably going to plug everything in and it's going to post just fine, even though it was just not posting 2 seconds before I started the stream. So what is my project? I don't want to share it yet. I will share it soon. It's something that I'll just leave it this. I hope it's the start of the change that I would like to see in this industry. We'll leave it at that. You guys can speculate or think what you want to think, but it's hopefully going to be the change that I want to see in this industry. And if you can't get that from other people, I guess the start is to start doing it yourself. It's probably going to be something that I'll fail at, but if you don't try, you can't complain about it if you don't try. Hang on. Some kind of iFixit project? Nope, not even close. It's probably something that, so I'll give you guys a little hint. It's probably something that a good majority of people will laugh at me for even attempting to do. So, but then again, when I came out and wanted to start a business at 15 years old, they laughed at me too and said, that doesn't give you much faith being that age. You're not going to succeed at this. And what happened? I succeeded at this, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's plug in a charger And let's confirm this is actually a no post. So I'm going to turn the machine like this. We can't really measure the other side of the board where a lot of critical stuff is because you need everything connected on this machine. Thank you, Apple. So we have 20 volts and 0.7 milliamps. We have a trackpad clicking. It should go up shortly here. We have 61 milliamps, which is typically booting current. We have no Apple logo, and we have frickin' fan spin. And didn't I say this would happen? Are you frickin' kidding me? This was not posting, and now it's posting because I started a stream. It booted. Are you frickin' kidding me? All right. So, let's reiterate something. These boards are very picky on corroded components. If you have any corrosion on any random thing on these boards, on these 2020 boards, so if you have corrosion around, let's say, I'll just show you guys on the microscope. Didn't I tell you guys that was going to happen because I was streaming? I knew it. I knew that was going to happen, that it was going to turn on and work because I was streaming. Let's see. All right. So, if you have any weird corrosion around anything for the SSD or this chip right over here, I forget what this is. This is related to the SSD. So on an A1990, it's on the edge and it's in an area that's really easily corroded. This is a 2020 board. This is an A2001949. Let me focus this. All right, so anything for the SSD, like this chip right here, which I already reflowed, if you have any corrosion around here, this can cause no post. Anything really for the audio circuit can cause no post too. Because guess what controls the audio circuit? If it isn't our friend, the wonderful T2 chip, which screws everything up. So this is bad. No, this is bad. This is bad. Yeah. So anything that can screw with the T2 chip. So we are talking audio circuits, USB circuits, anything related to the T2 sensor circuits, anything that the T2 controls. If something's screwed up, doesn't like it, it ain't going to post. So it is very important that you check everything. If you have liquid damage, take care of everything that's corroded, and you'll get a working board. I am going to give this to my assistant, who will ultrasonic this and reassemble it because it is done. And that was a boring stream. All right, this one, ultrasonic, and reassemble screw. You stole all my magnets, so.
You still haven't left on the stream.
Huh?
You still haven't left. You're still on. Oh.
Yeah, there's a delay. Well, because you're freaking watching my own stream on here while I'm streaming. Go on your phone. Freaking Caleb bogging down my internet. Okay, next machine. We have an A2141, the wonderful 16-inch. What the hell? You shut the door while I hide. I like to hide nowadays. It's nice to be in the back hiding. Vladimir is here. Okay. So we have an A2141 that does something. So first thing we do on an A2141 on any of the new 2020 boards is give it a visual inspection, as we've talked about many times and like I just talked about. Okay. So we have mild corrosion around the CD3217s. We have some corroded resistors right here. Now, I could tell this was a lot worse, but this was cleaned previously. This makes my job harder. Don't clean boards. Let me take off these eyepieces. They keep fogging up with my... I hear noise outside. Hang on. All right, so you look much better since you've watched the last stream. Not really. I mean, so we have a lot of corrosion around the CD3217s. Hang on, sorry. Let's continue on. I got these new eyepieces. These, they're the 20X oculars, and they're amazing. Near the NAND, we have a lot. So my guess is going to be that the NAND, this area is going to be an issue. So this looks really bad, but it's probably not really bad. I don't know how those balls look underneath, so I'm going to use a magical tool in a second to see how these balls look underneath after we reflow it to see if I need to replace that chip. I don't think we'll have to. Generally, if the balls are not screwed up, if the balls are still the original density they are, there's not going to be any damage to the silicon. But if they're all screwed up underneath, then there usually will be damage to the underlying silicon. And hopefully Caleb picks that up. I'm being quiet on purpose right now, just so you guys know. Cam, a toothbrush is too harsh, and that'll cause problems here. This chip does not look good. I'm just going to replace it. Let me see if I have one. Hang on. ELC 180. Right here. Cool. The dot is at the bottom. Hang on 1 second here. One second, guys. I'll be right back. Important business matter. back from important business matter. And it appears that Cam is conspiring with my employee to cause great harm. Cam is going to cause great harm in the form of MacBook parts. All right, now I could speak normally. Oh, come on. Paul is here. Paul, what time is it there? Isn't it like super early for you? This wasn't actually that bad. I probably could have got away with reusing this, but I don't trust it. That's kind of why I like to use forbidden waves to image this board to see. But whatever. Paul, this is funny that you're complaining of that, because I had the same problem at 2 a.m. For some reason, dogs decide they just don't want to go to sleep sometimes. Yeah. Our employee motivation here is just beatings until morale improves. So if you look in our Slack, it has a pinned message that says beatings will continue until morale improves. And where are my wire cutters? Somebody's taken my wire cutters. I think that's... Here they are. Jim is here. I got your message, Jim. I haven't looked at it yet. I'll look at it as soon as I'm done streaming. Oh, I don't like this. I don't want to rip pads here. No. Such in a bad area. We already have incorporated whips into our company culture. And we're going to be getting a cattle prod next week. Tim should hire Cam. Cam, come work for TCRS. You could replace Caleb. I'm gonna switch tips. I like electric discharge colors. Nothing says constant motivation like the employee knowing that the next zap is no more than a button press away. You should be able to make your own there. That's an excellent idea. I like that idea. I think I might actually consider that. That might be an excellent way to train somebody to do board repair. I want these pads to be nice and clean. These are nonsense. There. Clean pads. There we go. That's what I want. Hang on. Okay. This is perfect. I mean, it's only 33 bucks, free shipping. Oh wait, no, over $49, whatever. So this has a remote and it has a shock mode. I don't know if this is powerful enough. I mean, maybe it's powerful enough. Does it have voltage here? Oh, it has 8 levels. More than 8 levels.
Oh,
Yes.
no,
What?
no. I'm gonna claim.
What? Wait, you're gonna call it OSHA?
Workers' comp.
Where?
I'm gonna claim workers' comp. Injury.
All right. It looks like I cannot shock my employees without them reporting me to the state of California. So we're gonna save that idea for another day. All pads look good. We got some corroded capacitors here. It doesn't. These guys don't really concern me. The little ones. It's more the big one that I'm concerned about. But let's go ahead and pull our donor chip off of this A1990. That's still added to cart, by the way. That item. Get Caleb on stream. I want to see him fix a board. After I fix this one, we'll make Caleb fix a board. After he's done doing what he's doing. So what I like to do on these chips is leave the balls partially intact like that. Because it's not hard to do. You just have to use flux, heat it, pull it straight up with a nice pair of tweezers. And then the reason why I like that is because I can get my wonderful stencil over here. And it should snap right in. I don't have to do anything. I don't need to tape it. It just snaps right in. Put a little more solder paste and that's it. See this? Watch this. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. What kind of a scam is this? Don't tell me I don't have a stencil for this chip. No, I've done these many times. No, I'm in denial. There's got to be one that works on this. I don't want to have to do this manually. Cam, the bigger ones don't line up. Oh, it's this one right here. I've done it before. I think, is it? Let's see. No, that one's missing a row. Does this one line up? Let's try Cam's idea. There we go. See? There, the pitch lines up. Thank you, Cam. Pure novice here. This plant... What's wrong with my plant, Caleb? Don't complain about my plant. That plant has been around since I started. No, it's not a weed plant. I like having a functioning brain. I don't know how anybody would be functionally able to do high-level work like board repair and smoke weed at the same time. I've dealt with plenty of stone customers, and it's like it's not easy to do, but it's like everything is delayed. It gets harder to explain stuff because it's like delayed when you're talking to them. I got to get this chip out without breaking it. So I'm going to use low heat. It should lift right out. Come on, cool down. Someone is outside my shop. One second. I must look who's outside my shop. What am I doing? I'm fixing stuff. I'm fixing stuff to make money so I can eventually afford to not fix stuff anymore. If that makes any sense. Because I don't really enjoy doing this. Okay, I'll revise. I enjoy fixing boards. I don't enjoy getting screamed at by people or unappreciative people. That's what I don't enjoy about this. And if there's one thing that would make me leave this industry, is if people, it's the people that are rude, don't appreciate anything, the people that think that complex data recovery issues are like straightforward and it's just like a change this and it's done thing. It's not like that. And it's getting old. When you truly care about somebody's device and getting their data back and they just treat you like you're a subpar human being, you know, that's like that. That's what makes me want to leave this industry. So I don't have a schematic. I have no idea what value this cap is. So I'm probably just going to leave it because I don't know what value it is. I don't like to do that, but let's see. I'm going to guess here. Let's see. Of course, it's going to be stolen off of... I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to touch it up and leave it alone. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But if I put a wrong value capacitor, it could kill that buck converter and that could kill the SSD, which is bad. So I'm going to elect to leave this alone. It should be alright. Nope, no schematics for this are online. This is too new. Oh wait, no. What am I saying? This is an 820001700. I'm thinking that it was something else. No, I do have a schematic for this. Open. I was thinking of that other one I was working on. And why is it not here? It should be in my folder, but it's not in my folder. I have this. I know I have this. I gotta make sure my screen capture's off. I don't wanna. I'm going to secret parts of the internet to acquire. Take hint to the people that message me. Do you have a schematic on this? Do you have a schematic on this? Yes, I do. I don't, I'm gonna look right now, Paul. Actually, you know what? I know I have this, but it must have been on a different folder when I restored my computer. Paul. I can't find my folder. Where's Paul? Let's please bro Paul Daniels. Okay, I have the files. I just reloaded the OS on my PC, and I must not have had my backup with I must not have had my backup of my schematics folder must not have had some of the newer stuff that I added. Oh, I do have a bad caps account. I had no idea.
It's a 2018 screen replacement, so I told him no.
Yeah, it's the price. Well, the problem is the prices are just astronomical right now for those. Yeah,
And I said that, you know, the screen brightness be affected.
yeah. To make sure, tell them it's a T2 update issue. So I would say for screen replacement, try Apple.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah, to those in stream that don't know about this, the 2018 and 19 machines, now if you change the screen, it will not work properly, just so everyone knows. I had a few people come back and complain after they did an update that their keyboard brightness doesn't work and their screen brightness doesn't work, and the machines are totally fine. And what I did is I swapped original screens from another MacBook on it, and it's same thing. Paul, help! Look what you did. You broke my software. FlexBB is not responding. Open. Let's try this again. Documents. 1700. There we go. This cap is going to be on PP bus. And this cap is going to be a 10 microfarad. And we could probably pull that off of an 8200141, which is right in front of me, so. And on the 0141, let's find a 10 microfarad cap to replace that one with. C9017 is a match. So that's this guy right here. Yeah, cool. Go back to my live chat, see what people are saying. I did not grab that release yet, Paul. I will. I'm about to junk this Linux build. So I don't worry about the small caps. Those very rarely short, but these bigger guys do. And after you see most of this little stuff will be all cleaned up. No. This iron smells like burning something. I think this something's melting in this tip. It has that putrid burnt electronic smell. Let's replace it with the cap off of here. Should be good to go. Nothing else seems to be corroded over here, so I'm going to take care of these CD3217s, and then I will test this thing, and hopefully it's good to go, and it's not my problem anymore. Could be Caleb's problem to reassemble this nightmare of a machine. Hopefully this doesn't give me 5 volts. That would be sad. These caps are on the CD3217, don't look good. I'm probably going to replace these. Let's see. Let's see what these guys are, because I don't like the looks of these at all. These are all on LDO, and these guys have a tendency to short, so 10, 10, and also 10. So let's find some 10s because I don't trust these at all. There should be a similar series in another board like this 141, not 141, 01, whatever. There's not. Anyone know how long does local anesthetic last while waiting for slow release morphine to kick in? Surgical site is starting to. It depends on what they used. I need to get lunch. I'm pretty hungry myself. Let me go discuss lunch plans with Caleb. stream before people think I abandon it. Sorry, guys. I'm hungry. Okay. Let me check up on chat. Nope, everything looks good. Okay, so what was I doing? 10 microfarad. All right, continuing. Flex VV. So one of these is going to be on. Only two of them look nasty. This other one can. No, let me just. Let me make sure my door is locked. Hang on. Hang on, we have to make fun of Caleb in chat. He literally put a board in the ultrasonic and got in his car to go get lunch. That board is going to go. That board is going to be all gray when it's done out of the ultrasonic. So this is a 10, this is a 10. So 6.3 volts. Let me just double check, because I don't want to screw something up. What voltage rating are these guys? I always like to be thorough, even if it takes me longer. They're the same. Sweet. Yeah, the other caps are going to be replaced too. Okay, let's do this. Today's going well. Today's been a good day so far, which is rare. I'm hungry, so I'm going to try and finish this before I get food because I need to eat and I'm hungry. I need my other tip for this. I love this knife tip. It's amazing. And lovely. That probably wasn't making contact to begin with. That's why it fell off. But I don't like when this happens at all. Yeah, that's not even connected. Look at it. Oh, and this one too? No. Oh, wait, no, that's fine. All right, so here's what we're going to have to do. I don't like to run wires to the positive end of capacitors because it messes up the ESR value, but I have no choice here, so I'm going to make a little micro jumper. But I have to have it thick enough that it lets me do this. And also I want to see, is this on the same rail? It is not. That is a via right there. So I have to be very, very careful with this. Let me just see. Yeah, there's a via direct to this chip. So yeah, this is... I'm almost going to elect to leave this off. Nope, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run it from here, these guys, these resistors. But crap, I don't know if it's going to have connection to the chip. If I run it from there, let me see. No, it probably will. Might not have a choice here. I'll clean that really good. Yeah, but the problem is I don't want to lift this chip because it's going to be very hard to put back down because of the pattern on it. It's a very special pattern. I have a stencil, but that would be a last resort. I don't want to do that unless I really have to. All right, you know what I want to do? I want to test this, and I want to see if I have voltage to these resistors. If I have voltage to those resistors, I'm just going to run a wire. That's going to be the deciding factor here. It's totally safe to start a board without a few capacitors on it. It's not going to hurt a darn thing. I want to see if this boots too. Oftentimes, like on the LDOs on the capacitors that short on 1706s, we just leave them off because it's too close to the SSD and it's more risk to changing that capacitor because it's underfilled and everything than it is to just literally break it off and leave it off. It's not going to kill anything. You know, the power will be slightly more noisy, but it'll be within tolerance that it's not going to hurt the chip. It's not going to hurt anything. I don't like to do it, but if I have to, it's fine. I have no issues. It's not like it's going to come back or anything. These 16-inch boards are such a pain to put back in the enclosure. Let me switch. Oh, there. There's like all these cables and connectors that I keep looking here because I'm thinking. There. No, that's even worse. So I don't need this right now. Oh, I could breathe. I'm going to go this weekend to get a COVID-19 IgG antibody test. This isn't like the nonsense finger prick one. This is actually a regular blood test where they go for the vein in your arm to see if I was exposed to COVID. Because there was a couple instances that I kind of thought I might have had it. So we're going to see for sure. I hate reassembling these stupid things. It's mainly this fan connector that I hate. And there's just so many different cables. It's nightmarish. Come on. What is this stuck to? Aw, come on. Why did they captain tape it? The worst part of this whole repair is putting this board back in the enclosure. There's so many different cables and this machine also has major issues with thermal throttling, the 16-inch. It's ridiculous. Alright. I just want to see if it gets 20 volts. That's all I want to check. Now I'll plug everything in. I want to see if it boots. If it does boot, I'm going to end the stream so you can see it's fixed. I'll change those capacitors after I eat because I'm hungry. But at least you guys will see that the board is fixed. It works. I know what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. Now, let's see. I don't want to rip this cable. There we go. There's captain tape on it. Screw that one fan. No, I better plug it in. I don't want to get trolled and thinking something doesn't post because one thing is unplugged. Come on, go in. We check chat. Everything's plugged in except the battery. Let's get the screw. Caleb, what the hell is this? Why'd you put it in here? In the Mauser bag. No, that's fine. I'm hungry. Hurry up. Ah, it's stuck. There we go. Oh, this is no good. There's liquid in this. I'm gonna guess this is from wiping it down. Where's paper towel? Five volts, 20 volts, 23 milliamps, 9 milliamps, 52 milliamps, 0 milliamps. So this does not turn on. 82 milliamps. The trackpad does not click. No, there it goes. But the trackpad is clicking now. 84 milliamps. So the CD3215 circuit's working just fine, but something else isn't working. Going up to cycling between 84 milliamps like that makes me think that there might be a short. So let me check with FLIR. Why can't this just work? That's the coil. This is getting warm. I don't think this has anything to do with the LDO. This is something different. This is like no kind of like no post, but it's not really no post. It's no power up, which could mean basically what's going on is there's a problem somewhere, and that's why it's not turning on. I guess that's kind of self-explanatory. But basically, the T2 says, oh, something's up. Don't send full SOV core, but we have enough to kind of, it's like in a halfway state. It's like half on, half off. But let me measure around the CD3215, because like I said, just random stuff can do this. So I want to measure and see if I have voltage. I just checked. There's no short via FLIR. 3 volts. Next one, what's this other one here? That was weird. I heard a noise and the lights flickered. Okay, that's normal. Alright, so I'm just gonna run a wire for, gonna replace these caps. But it's cycling. It's like trying to turn on, but it's not, which is weird. Either way, we have 3 volts here, so I could just run a wire. I'm gonna eat, and then I'll be back on stream. So I'm starving. My brain is running out of fuel. Caleb's on his way back. It'll be another few minutes, so I'm gonna end the stream now. I'll probably be back. So see you guys.